Hi folks, so why are our cattle 100% grass and pasture fed? Well, several reasons. Firstly, we feel from an ecological point of view it's far better to grow pasture, natural pasture on the land rather than to plough it up for crops. Secondly, it's the cow's natural primal diet. Thirdly, the nutritional quality of milk and meat from cattle on this kind of diet is far more superior than anything else. It's been well studied that the levels of omega-3s versus omega-6s are far more favourable in 100% grass pasture fed cattle from the milk and from the meat. Also the levels of conjugated linoleic acid and numerous other beneficial compounds, vitamins, minerals, bioavailable nutrients. It does come at a cost to us, however, because our cows give a fraction of the litres that most other people's cows do. But this in itself is part of what we're trying to do, because we're trying to make each litre as nutrient dense as possible. So each cow only gives a certain amount of nutrients into its milk every day, but if it's producing less litres, there's less dilution, so there's more vitamins, minerals, all in a very bioavailable form in each litre. So that's pretty much where that is. If you're looking to buy grass-fed meat or milk, just be careful, because a lot of labels say grass-fed, but this doesn't really mean anything. It just means the animal's had some grass at some point in its life. So you really need to be looking for the Pasture for Life certification just to verify that the things are being done on 100% grass pasture fed, if you're trying to get the ultimate in terms of the right kind of product. So what do we mean when we say 100% grass fed or 100% pasture fed? Well, basically at all stages of life the animals are eating green species that have been grown in a field, natural plant species, no concentrates, no grains, no byproducts, none of that kind of thing. So it basically means they're grazing grass in the summer, spring, autumn, and in the winter they will eat as much grass as possible, and then the only stuff they will eat is basically bales of hay or haylage or silage, which is basically just grass pasture that's been conserved in the summer. So it's all 100% grass pasture. Little bit of confusion sometimes about grass fed or pasture fed. Are they the same thing? Yes, they mean the same thing. Pasture fed is probably a little bit more accurate, because in a natural grass pasture you don't have just grasses, you have several species of grass. You also have a few leafy herby species, you have clovers and lucerne, that kind of thing, and you also have weeds, which the cattle will actually eat some of the weeds. And each of those species has an array of beneficial plant compounds, of phytonutrients, different types of bioavailable vitamins and minerals. So, and there's a lot of very interesting work being done in terms of metabolomics and that kind of thing, in terms of how all these beneficial compounds, if the cattle are being fed a diverse diet of healthy plant species grown on healthy soils, how those beneficial compounds can then be transferred through to the milk and the meat. So it's a lot more complicated than just saying, oh, this product is just this much fat, this much protein, this much whatever. There's so much more complexity to it, and we really feel that how we're doing it is putting the most complex nutrition into every litre of milk that we're producing, and I think that is about all I was going to say. Just checking my notes there to make sure I hadn't missed anything. So yeah, once again, really appreciate all your support and hope to speak to you soon. We'll have another video at some point soon. Sorry it's been a while. We'll try and do another video at some point soon, just discussing some of the other things we do and why we do them. Thank you, bye for now.